Okay, we hope to be going live here in less than 1 minute, and we have some exciting news from PJNet. I hope you'll stand by. Alright, here we go, folks. We are coming to you live from PJNet with some exciting news that we have been waiting on for a long time, or certainly I have. And you all have been very patient. Where do we start? We have several people in the chat room. Many of you are at various stages of being up to date on what's going on. And so let me just tell you the most recent thing. We have now tooled up the tweet scheduler. Many of you have been using it. We are also now tooled up for the retweet scheduler, and it has been totally revamped from anything like you have ever seen before. The important thing to note here is that retweets now are basically unlimited. Okay, now you will recall that with all that has happened on Twitter, we are enforcing, as far as the use of our tools, not allowing any duplicate content, which means if you schedule a featured tweet, you cannot use the scheduler to ever again dispatch that same featured tweet. Now with retweets, the same thing. Once you have, which actually makes sense, you can only retweet a tweet one time. Hello. So what we're doing is, the primary change is the only people that will be included in the retweet scheduler are people who have used the tweet scheduler and sent out tweets. In other words, pressing the tweet buttons in the venue, in the chat room, does not make you eligible, or conversely, or better stated, you are then ineligible to be retweeted by people who use the tweet scheduler. Now, we have totally revamped the tweet scheduler. By the way, Gina, I will stay up tonight. If you want to call me, we would like to get you on board with all this new stuff. Okay, now. Well, thank you for the heads up. No sound. Okay. Gee, I was just kind of going to walk you through the retweet scheduler, and I'm going to delete this thing right here. I'll just refresh the whole page and kind of get a fresh start. Okay. I'm going to click on Dan here, and I'm going to put 33 minutes here, and I'm going to retweet this one right there. Now, the time here locally is 6 minutes after 11. This thing is scheduled to go out at 11:38, roughly 30 minutes, as it said. Now, we're going to make some changes here later on, but for now, let's go down to Mr. Hazards, and it is going to keep defaulting this thing to the 12 minutes every time you change the user. I will get that fixed, folks. That's a little thing. That is not our problem, and we will click that one. And you can see, and then I'll go down here to Judy again. I'm going to set the time for 30 minutes so that these won't go out while we... the retweets just pile up here. And I can retweet more than one from her. Okay. And let's go to Sunbelt Girl. And again, setting it up for about a 33-minute cadence. And we'll go there. And there, and boy, we're just piling up the retweets. Okay. Now, so that's it. You're done. They will go out. Now, there's a little radio button up here. The default presentation of the retweet scheduler that you've set up is basically chronological order. In other words, the one will go out at 11:38 here. 12:10, 12:41, 1:11 in the morning, 1:44, roughly every 30 minutes. However, using this, you got to be kind of careful. You could really retweet basically the same tweet that was tweeted by different persons. And that, even though that's technically not duplicate content according to the Twitter rules, it certainly is duplicate. It's the same tweet. Okay, so we added this little feature where you can press that little radio button right there. Now it will sort them based upon the content of the tweet. Now, look here. Here's one from this Judy here, Paul Ryan's Congressional Leadership Super PAC. And here's one from Sunbelt Girl. She tweeted the same darn thing. Okay? In fact, let me do a Control F here. And you will see that we have the same tweet content dispatched by two different persons. So that's going to look a little funny. So what I'm going to do, you can line these things up this way and easily, or with relative ease, identify these type things and simply delete one of them. See there? That's so sweet. Nothing to it. And that's it, folks. That's all you got to know. And I am truly, truly excited about this. Okay, Dan, we may do, I just got a question in the chat room. Can we delay the start of the tweets? Presently not. Okay, presently not. We went through hell getting it to the point we're at. But nonetheless, we are good to go. We may get that later. I'm also going to change to where you don't have to set the cadence. If you don't accept the default, you don't have to reset the cadence every time you switch to another user. I need to make that thing persist. But other than that, we're good. Okay. And I was looking in the database. We're getting more and more people opting in. I'm getting phone calls and messages from people who have been waiting in the wings. And you know why they're calling? I'm getting some calls. The reason they're calling is they're starting to see PJ Net on Twitter again. Okay. So that is incredibly fantastic, great news. And I can't wait to call them back. So if, let's see, Gina's still here. If you will hit me up, I will, I do have Skype on. And I can't stay up real late tonight. I do have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. That's in about 5.5 hours or so. But I just got a fresh cup of coffee, so I'm not going to be able to sleep. And besides, I am so excited for all that's going on. And but Gino, you'll need some help getting set up. And if you'll call me tonight from a desktop, I'll be glad to walk through it. Can't do it tonight? No problem. Just call me. Hit me up. I want to help. What's coming up next? Well, I think I'll leave all of the polishing that's left to be done. I'm going to kind of put that on the back burner on what we have. And I need to get geared up to produce videos, the devotional videos, and get them on YouTube and so on and so forth. And I've got to download a bunch of software to do that. I did download one of the 2 video editors that I have, but not the primary one that I used to produce devotional videos. In fact, you saw an example of the bumper, which is coming up in just a minute. I know that bumper's a little loud and it's overproduced. That was my first video using that video editor. I think it's probably going to buffer for some of you, so I need to kind of scale the whole thing back a little bit. But what's next? Well, that's what's next. I think we're going to work on video production so that we can get the Empower project back on the board. And I have, in this time that we've been kind of down, I have found a great way to advertise on YouTube for $1 a day. Thousands and thousands of commercials being played to people. And in the case of Empower, when it's a gospel message, even if they don't click, the gospel message has been presented. Wow! $1 a day to present your video thousands of times. That is pretty darn good. Really excited. What a mission field. What a mission field we have. What a mission we have. And folks, we are capable, and we are rebuilding. We are not just coming back. We are roaring back. PJNet is alive and well. Thanks to you. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, it has been a very rough ride, but we are still standing and we can start growing again. So I'm going to turn it back over to whoever the heck's running the helm here.